Welcome, Brian, to the Digital Scene show here at Collision Expo. And you are with?
I'm with Redrock Micro.
Yeah. Cool. And why don't you tell us a little bit about Redrock Micro?
Redrock Micro has a heritage of making cinema accessories that are affordable for anybody shooting digital video in any form, whether it's DSLR or video cameras, but want to shoot in the cinematic or the film style. Here what we're showing and really concentrating on is our line of equipment that takes a digital SLR like the Canon 5D Mark II, of course there's a number of other cameras that do that, and actually provides you with accessories that give you the weight, the balance, the focusing techniques, the filtration, anything that's really required if you want to be shooting in something that's truly a cinematic and beautiful style.
Sure. Now, are you starting to see more people asking you for these kinds of setup versus the traditional setup for a traditional camera?
Yeah, what we find in terms of the transition between video and using a digital SLR in primarily the movie mode is it's really kind of, we're in the changeover right now, where a lot of people are not quite sure about these cameras. They want to come and investigate them. They're of course hugely popular for any type of still photographer who's looking to get into motion. It's a great, the 5D Mark II, of course, it's a great still camera. It's 21 megapixel, it'll be brilliant, very affordable. But what we find is people are trying to struggle with how to take a camera that's a very small form factor and actually convert it into something that's much more designed for the movement style that you see traditionally in film. And Vincent LaForêt, who's very well known for the Reverie video, has used a lot of this gear to actually show the type of movement that really is possible using these types of cameras.
Now, what's the cost for, it doesn't have to be exact, but approximate to rig it up the way you have it? Sure.
In terms of the cost for our rigs, it really varies widely. Our least expensive system is about $300, $400, and it's really designed to more of this type of system. So you can see this is something that's a little bit more familiar to a still camera person, where we have just holding it up to your eyepiece. It's designed to be held in front of us. We get a little bit of movement. We can always sort of move away, do the kinds of things that we as still photographers do. Then it goes up to a little bit more sophisticated systems, like this is our DSLR Cinema Bundle. This is typically what you would see more in a cinematic type of environment where you're shooting on movie sets or you have a film production. We've got cinema standards, matte box, follow focus, base plates and so forth. And this is really designed much more for the tripod, the dolly types of shots, things where people are really familiar in a movie set type of environment. And then of course we have a lot of rigs and accessories that go in between those two extremes to really allow you to sort of find the shooting style that you like, and as you grow in sophistication you can actually add accessories or piece things together for yourself. So
let's be a futurist now, and let's think 5-10 years from now. Do you see doing, or even sooner, do you see doing a rig like this for the iPhone?
It's interesting you mentioned the iPhone. We actually do have a little bitty handheld rig for the iPhone. Really, when we get asked about what's the future of DSLR, what's the is the video camera dead, I think what's going to happen is we're going to see those two come together, right? So the DSLR, all the promise they hold for motion is going to be incorporated in with a lot of the features that we've come to expect and know and are important for shooting motion in the video cameras and in digital cinema. And those are probably going to come together into a new type of form factor that's going to be a little bit of a combination of both. And we're starting to see that. Red is obviously talking about the Scarlet. That's kind of the idea behind it. But I think it will be some combination that may look a little bit more closer to the digital SLR, just because the small form factor is really appealing. You can always add weight. It's very difficult ever to remove weight from a rig.
Sure. Because I mean, if 5 years ago you would have done this just as a mock-up, people would have laughed at you and said that would have never happened.
We did a mock-up that was very similar to this for the HV20. It was using our M2 Cinema lens adapter, and we took a couple of shots of it and was a prototype, and we got a tremendous response because people love the idea of an inexpensive brain, if you will, right? It had the high-def chip. It didn't have to have a lot of sophisticated accessories and sophisticated capabilities, but the idea is you could drop it into a rig and have all the features that you would want in cinema style, and we were really surprised by the amount of interest. So
Well, and that camera you could also record directly to hard drive 422, even though it's a $600 camera because you have the HDI output.
So within that is the seed that the idea is that the camera itself could be as simple as a great chip and the ability to attach great lenses.
That's right.
And then we provide the wrapper that kind of complements and rounds out the system.
Excellent. Well, if they want to find out more information about your company, where do they go?
We go to redrockmicro.com. We have all information about our products. You can actually buy direct from us, or we have a lot of local resellers as well.
Fantastic. Good to meet you.
Likewise, Marcelo. Thank you.